These are my shadows against past merit. Yes, little joys do collapse into the rostrum of man, seeking absolution and glory, but there is no light lingering beneath these now tattered hopes. There is no effigy that does not burn darkness and regret. This beyond all other sensations.
Hello and welcome to the Matt Hocker Show. Hello and welcome to the Matt Hocker Show. Hello and welcome to the Matt Hocker Show. That about sums up what I'm about tonight. I really have spent some time here trying to grasp a sense of time and how to grasp it. There's nothing better than putting time within your manly hands and just feeling its curves grinding against you over and over again. And that's not to say that time isn't some sensual mythological beast, but it is to say that time is just, it's something sexy. You know, when you look at those hands move across those numbers, just gracing them and almost salivating against them with their finely sharpened points, you start thinking, is time really just a progression of life? Or is it kind of a weird porno that we invented years ago and we just sort of have become desensitized to it and now we just look at it every day? I mean, when you think about it, is a clock just not a bunch of sticks banging numbers over and over again repeatedly in one giant numerical orgy? These are the kind of things that are important to consider as we move forward in life. And frankly, I'm of the perspective that as we continue to grow older, we must all recognize the privilege we have in being continuously aroused through the essence and entity that is time, and basically feeling its long, protruding arms and what I would imagine really are just sort of seething, abyssal tentacle things that have decided to sharpen out so we don't freak out too much, just sort of go into us. When I wear a watch, I think, man, this is having sex with my wrist, and that's pretty nice, I guess. But it's not messy like sex is. It's not necessarily obtrusive. It doesn't really, I don't know, like you don't have to wear protection. You don't have to worry about STDs. When you go to Planned Parenthood, they're very well aware of the confrontation one might have with time-based objects, but they will assure you repeatedly that, hey, you don't have to worry about this. It's okay. It's just time. It's not going to give you anything. It's just going to get you somewhere. And I'm a fan of that. I like that. I respect time for that because I feel as if even though they're invading my boundaries, they're never really invading my personal space because time and space can't intersect. They're just two parallel entities trying to get through the same weird continuity pattern that we're all exploring on a day-to-day basis. And that's pretty nice, I guess. But let's talk about something more relevant to most millennials that are listening to this show. Does anyone else think that asbestos sounds like an uncle's name? Just that's your Uncle Asbestos. Like he's kind of that guy that you think is foreign. You don't really know how he got involved in your all-white family, but he's there. And maybe you're a little weirded out by it because you're racist, but Uncle Asbestos is here to stay. He's not going anywhere. And maybe Uncle Asbestos does end up giving you some kind of rare cancer that you've never had before, but he's part of your family and you love him and you cherish him always. And that's important. I don't want to contradict Uncle Asbestos for what he is. He's the guy. He's the guy you go to when you need something done. You give him a call. You say, "Hey, Uncle Spesty, or Uncle Spestios, I need you to take care of this body for me. And he'll go, well, the body's dead already, so you're welcome. And then he'll hang up on you. And it's as if all of your problems have been solved without having to do anything at the drop of a hat. And can we talk about dropping hats for a second? When you drop your hat, who's going to notice that? They're going to think it's an accident. No one purposefully drops their hat, ever. Period. Why would you want to do that? A hat is on your head. It protects your head space. Why would I want to put it on the floor space? Nobody thinks these things out. Nobody gets it. Nobody understands what it means to be a
I just know when I gotta let go, I need to feel the flow. I need to get on the door. I need to open it up. I need to find that toilet shut. I need to rip it on open. I need to sit on that flipping. I need to get the poop out. I need to feel it ripping inside. I need to get it on right. I need to get it on out. I need to let the brown out. I need to flush the toilet south. Let it go into the ground with the worms. Make it eat it up, hurry now. Get that poop in your belly's on churning now. I need to make the soil, I need to make it right. Call my mama and say good night.
I just want to die! I just want to die! Please! Please! Just kill me! I just want to die! And now, an interview. Hi there.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Hello. Hey. That's I just wanted to give you those words, and I hope you can find something to do with them.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with them. I'm just holding them here in my hands.
Anyway, welcome to the Matt Hocker Show. I'm Matt. Welcome to the show. Good to have you here today. Could I go ahead and get your name? What are you all about? What's your thing? What are your grooves? You know, what do you like? What do you enjoy?
Well, my name is Jeeves Kremhorn. I enjoy frying pans.
Right.
Not a big fan of broilers, but I'll take them in a moment, in a pinch.
I've never liked broilers. I'm with you there. I honestly find them kind of sexist, and I don't respect them for that.
Well, the word bro is right there at the beginning.
Yeah, that exactly. It's just really not that fun. Like, I feel like they just want to crack open a cold one, and it makes me uncomfortable. Like, you know, I'm not eligible to drink with a broiler, and it's a whole thing. But let's cut into the big business here. You know, let's talk Wall Street. You know, I want to invest in some opportunities. You know what I mean? I want to like put my money where someone else's mouth is. How can I stuff my money into someone else's mouth? Do you have any suggestions on where I could put that money, on whose mouth I could put it in?
Well, there's a lot of homeless people on Wall Street who are usually begging for money. And the thing is, you can put it anywhere because they're just, they want it that badly. You could put it anywhere on their person. You could put it in their ears, put it up their nose, shove it down their pants. They're just happy to have it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I want to give money to really rich people. You know, I mean, I feel like that's sort of the whole point of being in America, like the capitalist dream. I don't want to give money to people who need it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Is that wrong with me? Am I bad for that? Like, is that a bad thing?
Well, here's the thing. 99.9% of homeless people are actually rich people in disguise hiding out from all the social events they don't want to go to.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So like, will they like sneak me a business card maybe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it'll probably be written on, the back of a cereal box.
And you know what? That makes sense because sometimes I see people selling alcohol to homeless people and I think, how do they afford that? And it makes sense. They're obviously rich and have a lot of money, and that's how they can afford shots of vodka. You know what? I really feel like I've become a little enlightened here.
Well, that's what I do.
So, okay, so that makes sense. So, I mean, maybe like the movement Occupy Wall Street, for example, it just was born out of people that already worked on Wall Street, and they were like, well, we got nothing else going on. We're here anyway. Let's start a protest.
They just needed a change.
Yeah, they just want to mix it up.
Tired of the rat race.
I get it. I get it. You know, have you ever seen a rat race, like an actual rat race?
Yes.
Like, is that a thing?
Yes, I have.
Oh, who won?
Whichever rat was on the most steroids.
Okay. You know, I've been taking steroids for a few years now, and I haven't really noticed anything happening with that. It's just been kind of boring, honestly. Like, I feel like nothing's changed. Like, maybe I feel like I can pull my pants up a little higher now, but that's about it.
Oh, what color are these steroids?
They are generally teal steroid pills.
Do they have kind of a chocolatey flavor to them?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes there's other colors mixed in, if I'm being real, and there's like a little M on them as well.
Sometimes they have peanuts, and maybe sometimes they're kind of crunchier.
Yeah, absolutely. How did you know all this?
Well, I'm actually a steroid dealer myself, and those are total frauds. My competitor put those out to try to like mess up my business. So I'm just doing you a service here. The real you want the fruity kind of steroids with little S's on them. That's where S stands for steroid.
Oh my God! See, I thought like M was standing for macho this whole time. You know, macho steroid man. I can't believe I got that mixed up. You know, I'm sorry. I feel like I've let you down today.
Yeah, it actually stands for meh. Tricked you.
Oh, okay. Well, I've learned a lot here, and I'm inspired, and I'm actually really excited. I want to put this in my memoirs tonight, and then I'm going to die. So that's going to be a good time for me. So I thank you for that. I really feel like our audience base is going to grow because of the words and knowledge that we're putting out today. Do you think that giraffes are gay, or just asking? I'm just curious. Like, are giraffes gay? Like, are they happy?
Well, yeah, of course they're happy. I mean, they're so homosexual.
Oh, okay. Well, moving on from all this, let's get into something a little lighter, Ryan. Is your name Ryan?
My name is
what?
Jeeves Kremhorn.
Jeeves? Oh, okay. Let's move on, Jeeves Kremhorn. Where does your name come from exactly? Where did your dad name you Jeeves, or your mom, or what's Jeeves all about?
Well, my mother's three favorite men in the world were Jesus Christ, Elvis, and Stevie Wonder. So she sort of combined those three names.
Oh, okay. She really didn't work that hard to combine them. She just kind of like slapped them together.
Well,
I feel like like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of that name.
I was a 25-pound baby, so she was a little delusional and on a lot of drugs right after my birth.
Right. I guess that's how you got into the drug trade also.
Mm-hmm. I was born into it.
Huh? Oh, okay, fair enough. I was also born into your mom.
Okay. I will kill you.
But seriously, folks, I think that something we can all work a little bit harder on is toe bending. I don't think people are bending their toes enough. I don't think they're working hard enough to get those toes bent. I mean, I am talking toe yoga, toe aesthetics. I am talking toe tumors. I am talking that toe ascension is really what we're aiming for, folks. We need our toes active. We need toes on those streets marching. I want to see toes holding billboards, promoting toe activity. I am tired of fingers being everywhere and everything. You know what? Fuck fingers. We don't even need them anymore. Fingers are useless. You know what? I used a curse word because that's how I feel about fingers. We don't need them. They are arbitrary mechanical devices that we have built to justify a society that has decided to leave toes in the past. Well, no more. I am all toe, all the time. I'm using my toes right now to communicate. My teeth are toes. I have toes in my toes. I removed my nails just so I could stuff more toes into my toes. Where did I get those toes? Don't worry about it. I've had them for years. I have so many toes. Sure, you know what? You got to cut off a foot or two along the way, but you know what? I would gladly do it again for those toes. I am all about the toes, baby. I am a toe sexual. I know what it means to toe the line, and I have toed many a toe. And that's really what I'm about. That's my mantra. That's my legacy, my togacy. Togas. I'm about togas. I'm about torophies. I'm about toros. I'm about toenails. I'm about 1 toe 3. I'm about toe in a cup. Better shut up. I'm about toe, re, mi, fi, do, me, si, high toe. I am all about toes in action. I'm about die toe hard, toe die with starring Bruce Toeless. You might think I'm exaggerating these things, but they're out there. Just go on the Toggle and look it up. You know what? Do a Toggle search and you'll see everything I'm talking about concerning toes. Toes are the future and they're everywhere. I am tired of us ignoring toes and we need to put more time into this today. I want you to go outside and find a toe and I want you to take it home with you tonight. And you baby that toe. You cradle it in your hands, little toe hands, and then you put it to sleep. You know what? Don't even use your hands. Use your toes to cradle that toe. You put it in its little toe crib and then sing it a toe song and then give it its bottle and slap it because it was a good boy and it deserves punishment. So it knows that life is cruel and it can harden up like the toenail it has and become a toe man. And that's what I want, a toe man in my life.
I knew when I opened that box, that horrid box deep within the deserts, buried against snow and sand and blood, I knew he would appear. I sensed it. I knew when I revealed him into the world, he would dream a dream, he would laugh a laugh, a maniac upon us, the jovial jester that would escape, an omnipresent force of hilarity. I feared for my life, and yet I persisted. I knew it would be the end, but I wanted it. And when I saw him, when I saw his chuckle and his absurdity, and I knew he would bring a show upon us, I ran. I ran as far as I could, and I thought that would be the end. I thought he wouldn't follow me, but he did. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was just a vessel for his laughter, a vessel for the joy he thought he was bringing into the world that he knew. And their eyes opened when they heard him. Their eyes opened. They saw true comedy, a funniness like no other. It possessed them. They were all laughing. They were all listening. The Matt Hocker Show, they said. The Matt Hocker Show. I thought I was sane, but I'm just like him. I'm just a part of the episode. I'm just a segment. I'm nothing more than a piece of his episode pie. And it makes me
just like him. And it makes me just like him. And that's pretty great. Anyway, today we're going to be doing a Clifford review. That's pretty exciting. So let's all just sit back for a second while I rev up those storybooks tellers, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna get into that one. Hold your horses, folks, because here it comes. Clifford's Christmas by Norman Bridwell. Bridwell has done it again. The Santa mythos has been a proud tradition of upper-middle-class families and financially plus emotionally desperate moviegoers for the last several decades. But not many recognize the deep claws roots that dig into the deep history of humanity's more treacherous moments. In fact, Santa can be traced all the way back to Egyptian slavery, where he worked to negotiate lucrative spending packages among royalties by selling laborers and his jolly sack of pyramid blueprints. Some argue the Great Sphinx of Giza, in fact, was one of the earliest recordings of Santa's brutal reindeer, which trampled across those who found themselves bereaved of hope and goodness, seeking to fight back against holiday tyranny. After about 4 decades of meandering around the Greco-Roman period and spending his earnings on slow-dripped mint booze, short-stack floozies, and Santa's special snow, he found himself once again troubled by 2 empty pockets kept warm only by the stolen coals of homeless that dreamt of fire. Santa decided to go into hibernation, burying himself in what would eventually be known as modern Germany. Santa awoke to the sounds of shrapnel scraping his now deeply buried coffin, made out of the bones of the homeless he had previously stolen from, unearthing him into the era of World War I. Claus fought along the likes of Adolf Hitler, becoming good friends with the future Fuhrer and discussing the joys of painting. Between the bellowing lamentations of men who wished to be boys and the shrieks of death clawing at the clouds to be free of mortal horror, there was plenty of inspiration for quality art and critique of the growing postmodern movement that had been sweeping the nation's art trends. These two men were at the front lines of both Europe's biggest movements. Anyway, spoiler alert, Hitler takes over Germany and asks Santa to work as a sort of yin to his yang. He tells cool Mr. Claus that he's going to be doing some pretty messed up junk and that he'll probably be burying the family dog, if you know what I mean. Claus didn't know what he meant, but recognized the importance of balance in the world. So he accepted Hitler's offer to be a force of good to counter Hitler's growing evil, barring giving gifts to the Jews. Spoiler alert, because Hitler didn't like the Jews. And that's why Santa doesn't give gifts to the Jewish people of the world. I appreciate Bridwell using Clifford as a conduit to hear the important and complex tale of Santa Claus. It's an important story that truly does well in capturing the world's ignorant innocence, through Clifford, of Santa's dark past, while also establishing that with a strong enough foundation, a house can easily support an 80-ton red dog and an incredibly fat tomato of a man. I rate Clifford's Christmas a 5 out of 5, a must-read for children everywhere, so that they too can understand the dark embrace of Santa's past. I hate earwax. I can't stand earwax. It is so in my ears. It is just waterfalls of tumbling earwax just filling my pits, and they are there, and they want me to know about it too. For all of you who have earwax at home, let me tell you, you can't hear anything I'm saying because it is in your head. Where does it even come from? Why is there so much wax? I don't get it. Why? But it's in there, and you can't get it out, and it's frustrating, admittedly. Sometimes I like to pray to God over my earwax, and I ask God, why? And I hope to pray the wax away. I don't think that works, but I know about other things out there that have been prayed away, and I think this could be too. I really feel like if we got all the world's Christians together and asked them to just shout, wax, go away, it would probably fix the issue. I don't know for sure. And maybe I'll call some of the atheists down too and have them shout, wax, you're not real. And that would basically eliminate the wax because, they're atheists. So if they don't believe in something, that must be a true thing that doesn't exist. Is a not existing thing true? Is that a truth? What is that? If I say that's not real, is that true? Or is that just how do you mark that as true? Most things that are true are this is a plant. Okay, that's true. This is a cup. Wow. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That based on what we know of cups, that is a cup. But I say, this is not a cup, and I could be pointing at nothing. But I mean, is that a truth? Is that like a super truth? I don't really. What's up with that? I don't really get that. I mean, you got truth, which is there it is. There's the truth, and then that's not a thing. That's not a truth because of the truth. It's really complicated. And it's really messing me up. And I got this wax in my ear. I don't know if you hear that? Do you hear me rubbing that? Oh my God. Oh, it's terrible. It's in there. It's just, it's the worst. Anyway, thank you for listening to today's show. This has been the Matt Hocker Show. I've had a good time with you folks tonight, and I hope we keep having better times. And if we don't, that's okay too. I don't expect to have a great time with you guys, and I just want you to know that despite everything, I love you equally, all of you. I don't put one of you above the other. I like to lay you all out on a long, winding field, and I light the beginning part of the field on fire, and I just see where it takes us, And if everyone goes, then that means I love you equally and you're not a witch. And if one of you does drown, that means you are also not a witch. And if you float to the top of the fire, then you are a witch, and we'll have to remedy that. But anyway, that is the Matt Hocker condition for killing witches. If you're interested in more information, you can check out my website at themattHockershow.com. You'll find no information on witches there, but just so you know, that's a thing you can do. You can also find me on Twitter at twitter.com/MattHawkerShow and Facebook.com/TheMattHawkerShow, and of course on Patreon, where you can send me a whole lampshade filled with light so I can just be bright all throughout your night. Other than that, you can rate me on Podchaser, where podcasts come together to get rated. I don't know if that's their slogan, I just made it up. Anyway, have a good night, and remember that no matter what you do, you'll do it. And I guess you'll have done it. You did it. You do it. You're the do. You do the. Please do. Hey there, welcome to the Matt Hocker Show. How are you today?
I'm all right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
What's your favorite thing in existence?
Bravery.
Why bravery?
Because it keeps you involved in existence.
Why does existence keep you involved in bravery?
Because you have to be open all the time and you can't deceive anybody.
What if I want to be closed?
Well, then how is someone going to be open with you?
Well, I mean, if I'm really closed-minded, then they don't need to be open with me. I don't even have to worry about them.
Well, then how do you know you're closed-minded?
I don't need to know I'm closed-minded. I just am.
Oh. Well, then how do you know what your mind looks like?
I'm very open-minded, thank you. I don't think I need to hear your little rude attitude about my closed-mindedness, thank you. Anyway, what's your favorite thing about your grandmother?
She cooks really good pasta.
She cooks great pasta. I'm happy to hear that.